What happens over the next 10 years for the UK and world generally will be the difference between energy security or an energy crisis. The generation of our energy faces two major challenges: to become cleaner in order to reduce the effects of global warming, and to become more, if not totally renewable, as fossil fuel resources dwindle.
Meanwhile, there's a whole bunch of people who still don't want to accept it. So I just thought, what is the level of certainty for science? 2005, a bunch of scientists called on world leaders that the threat of climate change is clear and increasing and take prompt action. A bunch of radical scientists, no one paying attention to them. Or was it? It was that many scientists, 10,841. And you don't join the Royal Society by sending off your £10 note saying, I'd like to be a member. You have to be elected. The consensus on the environmental crisis is actually pretty huge at a policy level. The problem is that none of those people would agree on how we solve it.
That the issue of energy security and the mitigation of the effects of global warming go hand in hand is both a good and a bad thing, because it creates a sense of urgency for us to act, but it also means we have a deadline that we might miss. So what are those deadlines, and what would be the likely impact?
Here in the UK, our future energy security policy is intrinsically tied with our need to reduce carbon emissions to prevent or slow down further warming. We can expect to lose 1/3 of our energy production by 2020, as most of Britain's nuclear and some of its coal-fired power stations will reach the end of their lives by this point. This presents an opportunity, but also a massive challenge, as Britain needs to replace these sources of power in a short timescale and has the possibility of creating greener, renewable energy solutions. Indeed, this is one of our key objectives in order to meet our Kyoto Agreement pledge of 15% renewable energy sources by 2020.
It's important to remember that energy is produced for demand. If energy is not used, it is wasted. If too little energy is produced, we experience blackouts. As such, many power stations are kept on a ready alert, and we are currently able to produce more energy than regular peaks in demand. This means that by 2016, our margin for producing extra energy for demand above that peak level falls to 0%, whereas prior to this, the UK has managed to keep approximately a 15% ratio above that normal peak. What will likely happen is that as soon as 2016, we could experience occasional blackouts. At the same time, some new supplies of energy will go online, mostly in the form of renewable, as they are often the quickest to put in place.